Hi everyone, this is Rosa Kelly, and today I'm here with the next part of my Winter Wonderland tutorial. Today we're going to be working on pages 3 and 4, so let's get started. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to continue working on the Winter Wonderland mini album. I hope that you guys are following along and that you are enjoying the tutorial. So we are going to work today on pages 3 and 4. So I'm going to start on a brand new page here. This is what we have so far, and I haven't done anything after what I show you, so I will continue adding the design paper at the end. So I'm just gonna put that aside for now, and we're gonna concentrate on page number 3. So for this page, I want to do a couple of floating pages, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to start with 2 pieces of the 12 by 12 cardstock, and I am going to cut these at 9.5, which is the same size as my page there. And so I'm going to use 2, and then I'm going to use these little scrap pieces that we have, and I'm also going to cut them at 9.5, and these we are going to use as connector pieces. So let's bring this scoreboard, and we are going to score these 2. Let me see, these measure about 2.5, so I am going to score down the middle, which is 1.25, and I'm going to do the same for both. Okay, so I'm going to fold along the score lines, and then I'm going to set these aside, and we're going to use those later on when we're ready to add the pages into the base. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the 2 pieces that we cut out, and we are going to score these 2 down the middle, which is 6 inches. Okay, so we have the first page here, and then I'm going to do this one as well. We are going to score down at 6 inches and fold along the score line, just like that. So then I'm going to cut another piece here, and I'm going to cut this at 6.5 by 8.5, and we are going to need 2 of these, and we're also going to score these pieces down the middle. So I am going to score this at 4.25. Okay, and we're also going to fold along the score lines, so we have 2 pieces like that, and these are going to be where we actually add the pictures. Oops. Okay, so now we have the large pieces, the smaller pieces, the large connector pieces, and before I move on to the next step, I'm going to cover the inside of these 2 pages. So for that, I'm just gonna be using some blue cardstock. So these are going to measure, you're gonna need 4 of them, and so this measure 9.25 by 5.75, and that should fit in your page. So let me go ahead and glue these. Okay, so now I have the pieces covered, and now for the next step, I'm going to use some scrap pieces. So make sure that these measure at least 3 inches. This is what you want. So let me see, this one here measures exactly 3 inches. So I'm going to cut this at 6. Okay, so these are 3 by 6, and you are going to need 6 pieces of that. So I'm just going to use more of my scrap pieces and cut them at 3 inches, and then I'm gonna cut them at 6 inches. Okay. So now these pieces are going to be scored at 1.5, so right down the middle, and then we're going to do 1/2 inch on each side. So we're gonna do 1/2 inch, 1.5, and 2.5, and we're gonna do the same to all of these 6 pieces. So 1/2 inch, 1.5, and 2.5, Okay, so now we're gonna fold along the score lines on this piece. So we're gonna fold that half, and we're gonna fold these two smaller ones as well. And this is going to be what makes the mechanism of our platform here. So I am going to make sure to align the center score line with the center line here, and we're gonna glue this down. So I'm just gonna add glue on this flap, and you can definitely use tape for this as well. So I am just gonna line this up just like that, and I'm gonna make sure this is glued down all the way. Okay, and then I'm going to add my glue on the other 1/2 inch, just like that, and I'm going to close this and press down. Okay, and then when we close this card, this is going to come out. I don't know if you can see, it's going to come out at you. Okay, so it's just like that. So for the, I'm gonna just close it and make sure that it's nice and flat. There we go. So now we have the first part of the mechanism, and then I'm going to grab another one, and we're gonna do the same. Fold along the score lines, so you have a piece that looks like this. And we are going to glue now this piece here, this 1/2 inch, right on the center. So we're gonna place it like this. Okay, so on the center line, we're gonna press this here. So I'm going to add my glue. Okay, and we're gonna line this up with that score line, and just go right next to the score line. Okay, that's one. And then we're gonna do the same. We're gonna open this up, add glue on this 1/2 inch, and then we're gonna close everything and press this down. Okay, and now we're gonna make sure to close this and just press it so it's nice and flat. And look at that, now we have two, and we're gonna do the same with one more. Okay, same step, we're gonna fold along the score lines just like this. Okay, and now we're gonna glue this 1/2 inch to the other side, so to the left side. Now put the glue in the 1/2 inch, and I'm gonna open this up flat and press this right along the score line, right next to that score line. Okay, and then open that up, add your glue here. I use glue because I think it's just a lot faster for me. So I'm just going to press this down. Okay, and then we're going to close this, and again I'm gonna press it down, and ta-da, we have the mechanism for a floating page. And what we do next is grab the smaller piece that we cut, and we're gonna glue this right here on the center. How cool is that? So now we're gonna add the glue on these two center sides. So on the 1 inch, we're gonna put glue here, and we're gonna put glue here as well. I'm trying to put a lot of glue on there. And I'm just gonna press this, make sure it's center up and down. So I'm just gonna press it down, and then I'm gonna close it, and it's kind of gonna stick out a little bit, so I might have to trim it, but that's okay. Here you go. So now we have our floating page here. So I'm going to cut these because I guess I miscalculated this side, but that's okay. All right, so I'm just gonna take this out because you don't want that coming out of your page. And ta-da, we're done with the first one. So now we're gonna repeat the same steps with these 3 other pieces, and we're going to build the second one. Now before I add this one, now I'm gonna take out just a little bit so I don't have the same issue. So I'm just gonna do 1/2 inch here. Okay, so I'm going to build mine the same way, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have my 2 floating pages ready. I think they look super cool, and I like how they turned out. It's actually the first time that I'm trying this as well. So now we're gonna use the connector pieces, and I'm going to glue these on the edge. So I'm just going to add my glue here and line this up with the edge, just like that. And then I'm going to add glue here again on the other side. Make sure the corners, I think most importantly the edges and the corners, you want to make sure you have glue. And now we're gonna line it up with the second one, just like that. Just make sure that lined up best you can, and there we go. Okay, so now I have those 2, and now we're going to use the other connector piece and add it to the edge again. So we're creating a small booklet in a way, or a large booklet in this case. So I'm just gonna add it here on the edge again. And now I'm ready to add this whole thing onto my base. So again, I'm gonna add glue here. Okay, and I'm just gonna line this up with the edge, and here you go. Perfect. So when we open these up, well, I'm actually gonna let this dry first. I'm not gonna open it. Okay, so, oh, I do need to add a closure, so we'll do that next. So when we open this up, we have 1 floating page. Then here we have this other page that we're gonna do something with that as well. And then we have the second floating page. I love it because it's kind of like, I know probably on the video it just looks flat, but it's kind of coming at you, so it just has that pop-up element. And then here's the last background that we're gonna add. So before I do anything else, I want to add a closure. So I'm just going to look here into my scrap pieces and see if I have a piece that could work as a closure. Maybe this one will work. And yes, so perfect. So we're gonna do like a little belt closure here as well. Or you can do a full sheet if you like, if you want to have more area for pictures. Okay, but I think I'm okay using my scraps because I'm kind of running out of cardstock already. So I am going to score this piece. I'm going to do a 1.5 inch because I want this to be down very secure onto the page. And then I am going to do a gusset, and this is probably going to be a 1/4 inch gusset. So then I'm going to score a 1/4 inch here. Okay, so I have 1.5 and 1/4, and this piece measures 6.5 by 3.5. Yeah, 3 and yeah, something like that. So again, just use scrap pieces, something that will work for you, so you don't have to cut into a new sheet. So I'm just gonna fold along the score lines like that, and we have this piece now, and I'm going to glue this down this side. So I'm going to add my glue, and notice how I do this a big wide 1.5 inches instead of the 1/2 inch that we do to add flaps, because this is going to hold a lot of weight. You don't want this coming apart. So I'm just gonna line this up here on the center. Okay, and I'm gonna just press down just like that, and then here we are going to add the magnet so this can stay close. Okay, so here I'm going to add a magnet, and these magnets are awesome because they will hold these heavy pages. Okay, so I'm gonna do one right there. I don't think I centered it right, but that's okay. And then I'm just gonna peel off this tape, and when we add these magnets, when we pull this down, make sure that your gusset here is standing up perpendicular to the bottom of the page. Okay, here we go. So it's a little bit loose now, but once you finish adding your paper and your pictures, this 1/2 inch is going to be, or 1/4 inch is going to be perfect. All right, so now I'm ready to decorate this. I'm going to bring my design paper. Okay, so I'm going to use this design here, and so we're gonna cut this at 9 1/4 by 5 3/4. Okay, and this is going to be perfect for this side. So I'm just gonna glue it down. It's really quick. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this down here. Here we go. And then on the back, I think I could use this as well. Let me see. I know it's not big enough, but we can always paper piece. I just want to see if I like it, and I don't think I like it, so I'm going to pick a different design for the back. So let's see, maybe I'll do this one here. I think the green one looks good. So now this one I'm gonna cut at full size, which is a 9 1/4 by 7 1/4. Okay, so then I think that's what it is. Yeah, so then this one will go in here, and I think this last page I'm just gonna keep flat. I'm not gonna add any more embellishments to that. Okay, so then I'm going to use one of these little scrap pieces and cover this belt here as well. Here we go. And then I want to decorate this using some of the chipboard stickers. So let's see here. I have, oh, these are cute. I like the sweater, I like the tree. And then on this one, oh, just so many pieces. I love this one too. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with the Christmas tree. So cute. Okay, so I'm going to use it, and I'm actually going to do the bear as well. So I'm just gonna add the tree, just kind of like build in a little scene, and this little bear. See if I can get him out. Oh, look how cute. Okay, so I always like to add glue on it. So cute. And then I think I need a little sentiment, so maybe this that says snow fun, that one, or okay, so decisions. I think that's good. I can always find something from these frames and tags. Okay, so let's see here. I think this is the funnest part. It's just like adding these little touches and the little pieces like that, and honestly is probably what takes the longest, because we can never make up our minds. I'm going to bring out the ephemera too, just because I kind of need to see everything before I decide what to do. Okay, I finally found the perfect piece. So this let it snow, but I think I want to back these some of my cardstock just to give it a little frame. So I'm going to glue this down, and I'm going to fuzzy cut around this. So I'm just going to cut around this really quick. Okay, and then I'm going to add some foam tape on the back to give it just a little volume. And I want this to kind of come on top of the tree, so I'm just going to do the foam tape on this side. And let me take that out. And then I'm going to add glue on this other side. And we're just going to place it right there. Okay, and here we go, we're done, I think. I will always find something else to add to it. So for now, we're just going to continue and move along. So let's open this up again, and we have that floating page. We have this page that we really don't have anything on, that we're going to add something right now. And then we have this other floating page. I love it. This one is going to stay pretty much like that. Okay, so for this page, I am going to grab a piece here and make one large background. So let's cut this piece at 9 1/4 by 11 3/4. 11 3/4. There we go. We're just taking a little piece out, so that should fit perfect. And we are going to fold this. Let me put this on the side for now, and we're gonna work on this page here. So I'm just gonna fold this in half, and I'm just creating a background to do just another type of pop-up. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this piece aside, and I'm going to work with a new piece of cardstock, and I'm going to cut this at 5 1/2 here by 8 1/2, which is what this measures. And we are going to score 1/2 inch on this piece. So I'm just going to do 1/2 inch along the 5 1/2 inch side, and then we're also going to score at 4 1/2, which is right down the middle if you fold this in half. Okay, so let me put that on the side, and we're gonna fold along the score lines. So for this one, we are going to cut a little notch here on the corner. We'll probably want to do one on the other side as well. Okay, so then we are going to open this up, fold these two little flaps in, just like that. And let me just press this down really good. Okay. Okay, so now we have this little piece, and we're gonna fold it, and then we're gonna fold these little notches in or out. Okay, so this is going to fold to the half, and then this is gonna go this way, and this one is gonna go to the back, so you have a piece like this. Okay, and we're just gonna place this and line this little corner on this center line here, and make sure that you place it so it's not sticking out like that or like that. So make sure that everything fits in the paper, and put it as close to the top as you can. See how my corner here is almost touching the top, and this little corner is touching that center line. And now I'm gonna add glue on this little 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna hold this down, add my glue, and then I'm gonna close this. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn this around to the other side, open that up, and add the glue on the other 1/2 inch. Just like that. And then I'm gonna close this again, and I'm gonna press this down and just wait for this to dry. Same thing here. And then when we open this up, this is going to be the page that comes out at you, and we can put pictures in there, or we can embellish that as well. So now this whole piece we are going to add here on the center. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure the corner lines up, and again I'm going to add my glue. Now, to make sure that this actually opens up, I'm not gonna add glue all the way until the edge. I'm just gonna go about 1 inch away just to give it a little wiggle room. And then I'm going to add my glue here. Okay, nothing on this edge. And then we're gonna close this whole thing just like that. Then I'm gonna open it and add glue on the back. So again, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna stay about 1 inch away from the edge. Okay, and then I'm gonna close this whole thing again. Okay, so now when we open the center, it opens up like that. And the reason why I don't want to glue all the way to the edge is because you're gonna see this kind of come up a little bit, and you want that little space, so this opens completely flat. See that? And there you go. So now we're done with this page. Of course, I'm going to continue adding paper here and there, and then I'm going to use all these fun little pieces to embellish my backgrounds, but I will do that later, otherwise this video will take forever. And let's work on the back side. Okay, so the back page I am going to keep pretty simple because this page is already bulky as it is. So I'm going to grab a new sheet. I'm trying to find my paper cutter. Here we go. And we are going to cut this piece. Let's see, I want to do a large layout here, so I am going to do 9.5 inches, and then I'm just going to do 7.5, which is the same as the page, but we are going to score 1/2 inch, and we're just gonna add it into the page. So I'm going to do 1/2 inch here, and we're gonna fold along the score line. And for this one, I'm going to use my tape. Okay, so here we go. Go like that. Take that out, and then I'm going to add this page here on this side, and just keep it simple, but at the same time adding enough room for pictures. Okay, so let me find my tool and just take off the tape just a little bit on the top so we can line it up on the bottom, just like that. And then we can remove this tape, put it there on the side. Okay, so now I'm going to cover this sheet, and I'm going to use this red paper here. I think it's so pretty. I mean, I like both, but I'm gonna go for the red. And so this piece is going to be cut at 9.25 by 6 3/4. Okay, so this piece is going to go right here, Okay, so I covered that piece, and now I want to use this little scrap piece of paper here that we have left over from this page, and I'm going to create a pocket. So I'm going to cut this at 7 1/4. So this piece measures 7 1/4 by 4 1/2, and I am just going to score at 1/2 inch on 3 sides, just like that. And then I'm going to trim out the corners like this. So I'm going to do both, and then we're going to fold along the score lines, and we're going to add the pocket. So let me just press this down here too, and this side as well. And then this pocket is just going to go right here on the center. It's like a pocket on top of the paper instead of adding it under like we always do. Switch it up a little bit. So I'm just gonna add my glue here and place this here on the center. I'm going to line it up with that line there so it's straight, and then I'm just gonna press this down just like that. And so this pocket should fit my 4x6 cards. So I have here my 4x6 cards, so let me just cut some out and make sure that they fit. Okay, so I'm going to get these ones out, and that should fit right in your pocket. Cute. And there you go. So I'm gonna trim all of these ones, and I think I can even use this one to cover the pocket. So let's see. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna cover my pocket on this pattern, red pattern too. And then on this pocket you can add your 4x6 cards, or you can make booklets and just add multiple booklets in there as well. Okay, so now we're done with this page, and I'm just going to continue decorating that. And I hope that you guys are enjoying the tutorial so far. Here is what we have. I'm excited to see it all come together. I hope that you are trying this right along with me. Don't forget to visit the store, JS Hobbies and Crafts. I'll have all the links down below with all the supplies that you are going to need. So I hope that you guys enjoy the tutorial so far. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.